Okay, really quickly, just going to go over some knives that we found at the flea market over the last few weeks. This is a pretty prime example of stuff that you can find at most flea markets. Most of these are going to run you anywhere from probably 50 cents to $1. This is going to be my first one, which is also one of my personal favorites. This is actually a Queen City cutlery knife. This looks to be some kind of youth camp knife. If you look, this one has the tang marking on it, indicates it was made between 1933 and 1955. I'm guessing this was more light duty. If you look, this does not have a full tang. The blade cuts off right there. And then here's the top piece, and then it separates. This looks, I think this is some kind of deer bone. If you look on the other side, somebody just adhered a piece of wood to it because he couldn't fashion a piece of wood to make a grip, which really isn't that hard. I might work on that later. This is a nice project. This is also quality steel, and if you look, you can see somebody had this on a sharpening stone at one point. Did an okay job. Needs some time on the whetstone, though. This one, I believe, is a TSC knife. Not usually a big fan of serrated knives, but, you know, this one was 25 cents. It looks like the screw part stripped out of it. If you look right there. You know what, though? It was a quarter, and it's going to sit in my tackle box, and it's just going to be a nice tackle box utility knife. This one was actually a Winchester knife. This, I don't believe, is a true Winchester. I think Winchester, like a lot of companies, makes theirs under contract, or they make it under licensure for another company, which I think is what this case is right here. If you look, looks like somebody tried to use it as a screwdriver. It's still good steel. There's some chip marks in it again. I'm not a big fan of serrated portions of knives like this, but for a utility knife, it'll do fine. It's going to get some time on a bench grinder and then some time on a whetstone to sharpen it up and make it look a little bit nicer. Most of these, by the way, you can do your own work on them. Really, all you need is a set of precision screwdrivers, which aren't that expensive. Or if you can find a set of smaller Allen wrenches, you can take these apart and do a little bit of work on them. This one I kind of thought was funny. This one looks like it was some kind of promotional. It's got the key ring on it. It says Titan on it. Can opener. It's got the screwdriver bits on it. Screwdriver heads on it, I'm sorry, and then it's got a little 1-inch blade. But this one, most of these, the lights are burned out. This one still has a pretty strong LED light on it. So you could probably change them out. It's got the screws in it to take it off, but nobody really does that, let's be honest. This one was another quarter item. This one was some Chinese made. Looks to be about a 3.5 or 4-inch blade. It actually says stainless China on it. It's got a camo grip, a camo handle. I like that. You know what? It was a quarter. Can't argue with that. This one, these are the pocket knives, these two. These are the ones that I really like. This one actually is an Imperial knife. Not real familiar with this one. I looked at the tang marking. It says Imperial Ireland Stainless, and I've been trying to do some research online to see where this one came from or if it was made under licensure, and I can't really find much on it. It's nice. It's got that kind of green, I'm not sure if this is plastic or Bakelite handle. It's quality steel, though. If you can look, like a lot of these, you can see somebody had it on a whetstone at one point or had it on a sharpening stone to try to do some work on it. Didn't do a bad job. This one was a Boker. Boker is a German brand. They are known for making quality pocket knives. This is not a true Boker knife. This, like a lot of them, I believe this is one of the Tree brand ones. This, like the Winchester, it's made under licensure by another company, but they usually make them to good specifications. This one is actually quality steel. It is fairly well made. I like this one a lot. It's not quite my favorite because it doesn't have the character of the Queen City knife, but for $2, you know, you can't go wrong. And it's a nice pocket knife. This one I'm going to save. I like this one. So all of these all told maybe $5 over the last few weeks. Most of these were bought at Sunset in Lebanon, PA. I think one of these was actually bought at Saturday's Market a little bit ago, not that long ago. But, you know, this is an example of what you can find for between 25 and 50 cents. So I had fun doing it, and I hope you have fun trying to find stuff like this at flea markets. Good luck.